Hey guys, Letter Magic here, and I've got a couple small news stories. There's not much to them, but they're very major, significant stories. Just not much to talk about. Let's start with the one that I know I was going to cover. You know Oliver 2, T-I-U, however you pronounce that, who just absolutely backstabbed, cheated somebody on an online tournament because he had 2 minutes left on his timer and he likes prize money. And then the entire community called him out for it, and then he retroactively requested a match loss for that one match because he knows darn well he would have been booted from the entire tournament and not gotten a penny if he wouldn't have done that. So he's a liar, a snake, a greedy, just a terrible member of the Magic Pro community. Guess what? You're going to think I'm kidding, but according to ManaEcho.com, he has left the pro scene forever, yay, to work for Wizards of the Coast as an associate game designer. Are you kidding me? He is, right now, as it sits this week, the most hated member of the Magic community. Why the hell would you hire him? Why would you think that that's a good look? He is a greedy, self-serving scumbag. He's the type of person where, if you knew him, if they called me and said, will you be a reference for Oliver? I'd say, no, he's probably going to stuff half your office supplies down his pants and try to walk out with it the first day. That's the kind of morals that this guy has. What I got from his performance at the tournament, what he tried to blatantly get away with, it's, if it's there, try and take it. If there's an opportunity, try to steal something. Try to steal prize money, break the rules, whatever works for you, Oliver. Nobody in the universe is more important than Oliver and his bank account number, apparently. Or bank account balance, not the number. Who cares about the number? So he went from the 2015-2016 season Rookie of the Year to cheating at a tournament and being absolutely disgraced to, days later working for Wizards. I mean, if that doesn't tell you the caliber of person that they hire, it's either going to be some, angry, screeching, activist, leftist, delusional nut job who is, literally almost too political or actually too political to do their job and function as a human being in society. Or they're just going to be what ticks the most boxes? All right, skin color, orientation, this, then, veteran status, religion. What? I didn't hear anything. Is that on the list? Does somebody say? Okay, and gender identity. Oh, look, we're hiring this person. So this is an absolute disgrace. And you know what? After that guy who's in charge of all the story writing for D&D, and I think probably something in Magic, works for Wizards, that wrote that book that basically might as well be titled, "Hi, I'm writing a book about how much I love children in an unhealthy way." Yeah, that people absolutely lost their shit, and then nothing happened. And then people forgot even his name or anything. Unbelievable. He still works there. And unless somebody brings up his past or his library of literary works, or the fact that he's almost definitely exclusively responsible for the Dragonlance lawsuit. This guy is a cancer, and he's still allowed to work there. Wizards does not bow to public pressure, which is funny because they're super far lefties. They love canceling each other and running each other over and throwing each other under the bus. That's their thing. But no, nothing sticks there. They don't care what anybody says about their game, their products, their paper quality, their bending foils, their loss of players, the stupid statements made by virtually every member of their staff. They don't care. They don't care about anything. They'll hire Oliver too, a week after he got caught cheating at a tournament. They don't care. All they care about is leaks and people who absolutely shit on them for a living, which, hi. I mean, what, are they going to hire me next? I mean, what the Wizards? I cannot wait for the launch of Cyberpunk, so hopefully I get enough views that I don't have to ever give a shit about Magic ever again. I honestly hope their whole company goes bankrupt. I really do. Or Hasbro just comes in and just guts it. Hey, speaking of dumb crap that Wizards tried to pull off, have you heard about the printing quality problems with the latest Ultra Premium Special Edition whoop-de-doo, oh my gosh, best thing ever, $250 a box, Commander Legends Collector's Box Edition, or Premiums, who cares at this point? The fancy one. Yeah, it's kind of blowing up online. It looks like they're probably suppressing it on Reddit pretty hard, but I've still heard some references to it. There are more printing problems than normal. Now, people are like, man, I opened, 3 boxes out of 6 and half the cards in them in this slot or that, from this sheet or whatever were printed, so far to the left you can see the printing alignment dots. And I'm like, I ordered about $10,000 of BFZ, and it was either BFZ or OGW, I forget. I want to say it was OGW, so it might have been less, but 1/3 of the uncommons, which was well over 1,000 of them. I think it was like 3,000. I don't even remember how many I opened of OGW, but 1/3 of the uncommons, you can see the print dot. It was almost touching the art. That's how far to the left it was cut. Had to throw out every single one of them. They weren't sellable. They weren't gradable. I mean, I gave a couple to my friends as a joke, tried to sell them on a misprint, thing online. They didn't give a shit. When it reached the point where it's almost the norm and they're no longer rare, nobody's interested. People only want misprints because they're rare and if they're rare. So yeah, it's basically a disaster. Now, if you ever get a drastic damaged misprinted card, they have a replacement program. Most people don't know this, and Wizards never advertises it because they want it to be there for legal reasons, but they don't actually want to use it. I'd give you all the information, but honestly, even I can't find it. I just know that it exists. I think you just contact their customer support now. There's not even a form you fill out anymore. Or there is, but you get it from them. I don't know. They made it more convoluted and more complicated than it was like 6 years ago. Let's put it that way. So if you got like a couple cards, especially, important ones, they have a certain amount set aside, and you can mail them to them. They'll check them, and then they'll replace them. Simple, right? I have heard from 3 different sources now that when a set is a certain level of defective, even they say, I think in their terms, if we run out of replacements, we run out of replacements. They'll just say it even if they're not, allegedly, or they will have run out from people who just aren't going to stand for this, or everything they themselves opened were bad. But yeah, they won't even touch curling foils. They're just like, whatever, should have stored them better, some, BS reason like that. Remember, always blame the customer. They copy that from Apple. But yeah, if it gets bad enough people like hear the word or have, some big YouTuber tell them all to flood them with a replacement request, for example, or like the link to file a complaint or whatever, get some replacements leaks on Reddit or whatever, they will just refuse to do it. Sometimes they'll send you like other sealed stuff, I think, to try and make you shut up about it. But yeah, it's embarrassing when they're the number one card game in the world. And they're such low quality. Like, do you have any of these problems with Yu-Gi-Oh, Force of Will, Pokemon? Not commonly. That's why misprints in those, oh boy, they're worth something. Because they just don't happen. The cards don't bend. I know probably one of the games I named do, and people are like, well, what about this little side Japanese game that one does? Or maybe the new DBZ game foils, do, or Final Fantasy, I don't know. I heard that it's not unique to Wizards or Magic. But the majority of like less popular, I guess lower quality, but not really, just smaller TCGs, they don't have these problems. They have immense quality. I mean, the card difference is insane. I've opened some Pokemon packs recently and I was just like, wow, this is what modern technology can do with good paper, good ink. All right. I mean, it took them 3 years to switch back off that garbage curling paper where even the non-foils were curling. I mean, that was just a joke. So apparently, this is almost entirely affecting the collector's boosters only. The more expensive one, more premium, more collector-oriented. Those are the ones getting misprinted. So people who paid more to get a pristine card, maybe you're going to get something graded, maybe you just want a perfect card to put in your commander deck. Maybe, you wanted full price, sending them into a buy list. Don't want them to get graded down to oblivion because you can practically see the next card over on it. Don't want Wizards cheapness overflowing to you and costing you money. Am I making the point clear enough? Yeah, maybe those are the people where you should actually like give a shit and spend 5 more cents on the materials or whatever, or have actual QA staff checking these things. It really is embarrassing that they're the biggest one and they have the lowest quality cards that I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen stuff at the dollar store, bulk stuff, single run stuff, Chinese made stuff that's better than this. It's really an embarrassment. So people are absolutely livid. And like I said, it's pretty much being suppressed at all the heavily Wizards controlled places like the main subreddit. But you go to like a less restricted subreddit or certain Facebook groups, oh, they're talking about it. They are talking all about it. But I just wanted to throw out there that like, this ain't new. They gave me like a good fraction of a pallet of defective cards. I used to work at a printing facility, not like a card one, but we did anything. We probably did do cards at some point, just not for Wizards, I'm saying. But we did like, books, magazine, custom boxes, product containers, whatever. And I will tell you, the person running the thing must have just been totally spacing, listening to a podcast, whatever, hopefully not watching my channel, or, oh my God, could you do something about this? And just, a couple thousand came through, just a couple sheets, like entire stacks, inches of these sheets were cut wrong. And then they finally realized, oh, these are cutting wrong. Well, we have a policy about being a bunch of cheap ass lowball contractors and Wizards doesn't pay us enough. So we're not actually going to recycle or throw them out. We're just going to package them up anyway. Like, that had to have happened at some point. The machine doesn't just drift back into alignment randomly, not usually. Usually somebody realizes it and just says, well, we can't throw them out because we're not allowed to. Any other printing company with some standards where they just say you cannot let misprints through, or if you do, make sure it's less than 0.1% so that it's like a fun little rare collectible that people get excited about? Yeah, this wouldn't have happened, especially for a premium product that costs like $250. I heard it was upwards of like $3 on launch day. If you're paying $300 for a simple printed paper good, I mean, just think about the last time you went to like Office Depot and got like a stack of some color thing printed. It costs pennies. Printed custom cut paper goods in Mylar are not expensive to produce at all. But even then, even dropping that kind of money on like 1 pound of custom full color, full bleed printed goods, now you're still gonna get ones that are off by like a full centimeter. Sorry, oh well. I hope Wizards doesn't back out of their agreement to replace your cards because of sheer volume. I hope you like, wasting $9 shipping them to Seattle. I think people should flood them on this one just because of the cost of the cards, just to teach them a lesson and send them a message, and just to cost them as much staff time and as much shipping costs and postage as possible. So if you got some damaged cards, send them. Worst cases, they'll say, sorry, we ran out of replacements. Oh, well, here's some promo compensation sealed pack, whatever the hell they want to throw in it, and send you your same defective cards back, because I heard that's what they do. So yeah, I'd encourage people to do that. Also, 2 more mini news stories. I have had a follow-up from a Portuguese viewer, which you guys know you're my favorite. I just rag on your language as it's a meme, it's a joke. Spanish speakers and Portuguese speakers are supposed to not like each other. It's a thing, it's just a meme. But they said that some fairly recent D&D books, the translations were comically bad. Like, just 50 plus typos, translation errors and stuff. Like, I think they even gave examples. They said, like, bugbear would be half translated. So, like, I don't remember if they translated bug or bear, but they only translated half and left the rest, which makes no sense. I get it. Fantasy word. People running translations don't know what the hell a bugbear is. Okay, cool. But they said like some of the spell tables were wrong. The values were wrong for like spells and like damage and stuff. Like I think they put the wrong damage on the wrong weapon or something. People are like, that's not a martial weapon or whatever. Like just stuff like to that caliber where they didn't even care to make sure that like a basic, grid or like data sheet or whatever you want to call it on the page lines up correctly. I mean, it's literally names and numeric values. How do you screw this up? Just don't line them up differently. Like, holy shit. So yeah, they can confirm that the translations for some of the D&D books, at least recently, I don't know if they specified which, were absolute trash. And remember, they've been working with this translation provider, what was it, something 9 Games, C9G, I forgot what it was. They've been working with them since like 2007, I thought, or something like that. So Wizards may have a point that their translations were complete ass. But then again, they admitted that they're basically just logistics, international shipping, and printing, which I'm sure it's a third-party printer anyway. They got subcontractors to do the translations. So maybe they got stuck with a crap subcontractor and there wasn't much they could do about it. Or maybe they should have fronted more money and not tried to cheap out. I mean, who knows? Seems like it merits more of a warning, or like Wizards saying, hey, we've gotten word that some of these translations aren't very good. You going to do something about it? And then give them a second chance. I don't know if the contract said anything about them, doing that, but to break off a 13-year agreement just out of nowhere and just say like basically we're not going to pay you for the rest of your work or whatever, I think it's really just they know D&D is dying because of other woke, orcs are black people all of a sudden apparently according to Wizards bullshit. And that's after some other very controversial things. Not everybody was happy about the MTG tie-ins. Hell, not everybody was happy about 5th edition. I kind of like it. I like it better than 4th. But yeah, there's a lot of open source D&D alternatives blowing up with like more, more webcams, more better internet connection, that kind of stuff. So I think it's kind of on the decline and they just wanted to cut their losses and say, screw it. I think they're going to start dropping out of certain countries, or they're going to try to get a cheaper contractor, and they were just trying to snake their way out of the contract with some BS reason and no warning. So that's my little update on the lawsuit. We've got more evidence in Wizards' favor, but I still think there's some shady shenanigans going that Wizards is going to lose, in my opinion. And finally, we have officially confirmed, as far as I can see, although I don't have the card in front of me, Dawn Charm from the new Commander Legends set has a typo in it. And this is the most not optical illusion, not, spelled a thing wrong or capitalization. This could have been a comma. They missed this. It's split on lines and they forgot an article, proofreader's nightmare thing. This is the laziest shit I've ever seen. I'll throw up on screen. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. That would is now one word. How do you screw that up? That is just like a fat-fingered, oops, I deleted the space or forgot to type it in the first place. Proofreaders don't give a shit. It took people 3 seconds to find this. This is turning in a final printer proof without even checking your work. I am convinced that Wizards does not even double check their work once over even one time anymore, because they would have caught the word that would. So you get regular foils curling like garbage. You've got the new etched foils looking like a cereal box promotion, because honestly, it's the lowest quality foil I've ever seen on a card. At least they don't bend, but it still looks like ass. Then you got horrible miscuts, horrible misprints, printing issues, faces of the card issues, scratches, I don't know what you'd really call it, but just card damage from the machinery, because they use really cheap, outdated machinery in Texas to print it, from what I heard. They don't even have optical sorting technology. I mean, this has got to be the most lowball contractor in the history of printing. So garbage quality product, garbage quality printer, garbage QA, and then they don't even proofread their cards, and they let the word that would get through. It's what do you get from Wizards when you mention this? Blocked, ignored, complete and utter silence, and them bitching about Trump and white people and cops. That's the company you're supporting. That's the company you're giving money to. Just FYI, in case you forgot. People are starting to reach the limit. A lot of people are like, well, I don't care about their politics. I don't care about this. Okay, a bad thing once in a while probably makes the cards cheaper. Whatever, I'm going to play the game. You go on the internet and complain about it. Okay, I might complain about it too. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep playing Magic because it's enjoyable. Get over it. It's not that big of a deal. But now, in 2020, people are like, it's been years of this. Standard is shit. Your tournaments are shit. Your pros are shit. Everything's cheating. Everybody who works there is an asshole. Nobody will shut up on social media. These cards are trash. Prices are going up. The amount of secret layers announced is going through the roof. Everybody hates them. They're not shipping out on time. They're lying about everything. They're doing half runs of Jumpstart, then ripping off all of Europe. It's just one thing after another, after another, after another. Soon, they're just not going to have a company, but we're like halfway there, where people are just like, I am done buying Wizard shit. I am legitimately actually boycotting them. I'm not spending a penny on Arena. I'm just playing for free. I'm not spending a penny on paper products until they fix anything, something, make some sort of effort to pretend you give a shit, Wizards. A lot more people in my comment section are saying that than initially saying, oh, Desi overreacting. I'm not going to boycott them. Calm down. I mean, honestly, I haven't bought a single booster pack in the last probably 2.5 years. Not one single Wizards of the Coast product at all. I did take advantage of that one glitch in Arena and got a buttload of wild card mythics, because I was pretty sure they were either going to refund my money or let me keep all the mythic wild cards, and I've still got some of them, just FYI. But other than that, and okay, like 3 days ago, I got 3 more boxes coming from a local vendor of the collector's booster, which now, oh my God, if mine are misprinted, I'm sending them straight to Wizards. They can replace them or they can compensate me, because that's ridiculous. But now I kind of regret that purchase, but I paid like $2.25 a box. Like, that's a really good price because I know the owner. But yeah, I'll be opening them on stream too. So, okay, cool. But like looking at the EVs, at least my approximation of them, which I noticed that they made the product so fucking convoluted that nobody is even attempting to do an EV calculation, but just, I can kind of feel it. I can look at the top, the bottom, the mid, the median, the average, the slots, and be like, okay, it's about this much. What it comes down to is for that price, I can flip all the singles real quick for a profit, and I need money because YouTube's screwing me over too. So getting real sick of these incompetent lefty-run companies. Really am. Hopefully they all die in the, oops, I voted for the wrong person. I didn't know he was going to lock us all down lockdowns. That'll be great. January rolls around, I'm getting a vaccine and going back to working in IT in all likelihood. So I'm getting real fed up with this shit. I mean, even the way they've killed the game has affected my bottom line. My views are down. Because so many people left the game, they're not interested in anything other than negative news about Wizards, which, okay, cool. But overall, they've lost more than half the community from what I've seen. It might be 2/3 at this point. Just they're done with Magic. And with new consoles launching plus Cyberpunk, yeah. Compared to Magic the Gathering, the card game, are you kidding me? They are absolutely I don't even care if they plan to fix Standard by 2023, which is the earliest they could do it right now because of rotations and how many toxic cards and pushed power level shit there is in Standard. It doesn't matter. It would be too late. It does not matter. If you own any valuable cards, anything that you consider investment, a binder, anything, whether you consider an investment or not, if you've got a trade binder full of, a couple hundred, $1,000, whatever, ditch it. Get rid of it. Let somebody as stupid as the current single sellers online be the last one holding the hot potato when this all burns down. This is your warning to get out early. This is like the hey, invest in Bitcoins now thing of like 2013. This is your advance warning that you can still cash out now before everybody tries to do it and absolutely crashes it when the game dies. So I would recommend everybody sell out. The most expensive card I own right now, except for the one I'm giving away on Wednesday in the video, probably 10, 15 bucks. Most expensive deck I've got intact, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. Yeah, I'm not going to get burned by this. I just ran recently this year 2 giant buy list orders and just cashed out like $1.50, which is basically everything I own that I bothered to look through. So yeah, screw this game, screw the way they're managing it, screw Wizards of the Coast, and screw this garbage product that they can't even print correctly or edit correctly or do anything correctly. You ever notice the most incompetent companies are the ones that are the most far left? Priorities and hiring practices. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, wish I had better news, but that's the news update for you for November 23rd, 2020. This is the Desolator News Network signing off. Bye, bitches.